From left-wingers like Bernie Sanders to centrists like Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, Democrats are expressing a unified message of disgust about money in politics.
I mean, I sat with Bernie. I'm the guy that told him you shouldn't accept any money from a super PAC because people can't possibly trust you. How a middle-class guy accept if you accept?
So I've actually made a decision since I had that conversation that I'm not going to accept corporate PAC checks.
Wow.
But I think most Americans actually agree that we need to get money out of politics.
Pete Buttigieg has promised to give back the money he received from corporations. Kamala Harris has made similar statements. But here's the thing. Perhaps they don't get direct funding from corporations, but they have a cozy relationship with super PACs. Those are political action committees that are not legally required to disclose their donors. Let's not forget Joe Biden's wisdom from a few years back.
Lobbyists aren't bad people. Special interest groups are not bad people. But guess what? They're corrosive. People who accept the money from them aren't bad people, but it's human nature.
Well, it may not be being broadcast on primetime television, but many top Democrats have a very close relationship with big financial interests. Take Kamala Harris, for example. She has a super PAC of her own that is very close with the bank known as Citigroup. Yan Katamlin, the bank's managing director, even hosted a fundraiser for Kamala Harris at his apartment. As a gesture of friendship, Kamala even shook hands with his dog. Pete Buttigieg has been hanging out with Charles Meyer, the Wall Street banking exec. The two of them have been munching on deli sandwiches. Kirsten Gillibrand seems to be particularly close to Big Pharma. She's already had a fundraiser at the home of a Pfizer exec. And at this point, Mark Lassery, the Wall Street money manager, is boasting that he's already met with 10 different Democratic candidates.
At the end of the day, candidates need money. In the past, there was no candidate who didn't come to New York, Chicago, LA for money. Today, there are two candidates who aren't doing that, Elizabeth Warren and Bernie Sanders.
Yes, when the cameras are rolling, the Democrats want to fight against Wall Street and stand up for that forgotten American middle class. However, behind closed doors, they want to get particularly cozy with the big daddies of American finance capital. And in the age of social media, that's a lot harder to conceal.
Well, this goes to show you, yet again, the breathtaking incoherence of the Democratic message. Keep in mind that many of these folks, many if not all, are very, very wealthy. And when you hear people who decry and rail against big money, and we're finding out how they're tapping into Silicon Valley, Wall Street, banks, the big money, the big money people, it goes to show you that they're just like everybody else. I'm just a lovable, progressive, liberal, trying to get by with a paucity of funds, and if you can help me as we fight corporate industrial greed. Meanwhile, behind the scene, they're on the phone saying, "Listen, can I meet with you? 10 million, 5 million, 10, 20 million? Help me. Anybody, I'll take your money." They're no better or no worse than anybody else. They're politicians.